Hello, today I'm sharing my top 7 luxury makeup purchases from 2023. I share all price points here on my channel, and I recently shared my favorite drugstore and high-end makeup purchases, as well as my favorite skincare and hair care products from last year. And this is my very small curated list of luxury favorites. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new, and let's go ahead and get into what I think are the best of the best makeup launches from 2023. This foundation launched in 2023 and I almost didn't even try it because I thought it wouldn't work for my skin type, but boy, am I glad I did because it became a quick favorite, not just a yearly favorite, but an overall favorite foundation. This is Guerlain Terracotta Le Tint Foundation. Some of you may recall this being in another yearly favorites video, my most used Sephora products from 2023. I don't usually duplicate products in my yearly favorites videos, but I had to put it in this luxury makeup video because it's just that good. And it's just a great no-fail foundation that's beautiful across all skin types. First of all, it applies very quickly, which is great if you're wanting an everyday foundation, and it's buildable from medium to medium full coverage while looking natural and looking like skin, even if you build it up. And it's extremely blurring and smoothing, and it feels incredibly lightweight. My pores and skin tone just always look so good when I wear this foundation. It's extremely flattering and it gives a beautiful glow to your skin, a natural glow without looking dewy or wet and without any glimmer particles. Luminous foundations are great for those of you with normal to dry skin, but many times combination skin and oily skin people shy away from luminous foundations. I am one of those people. If you're new here, if you're not familiar with my skin type, I have a combination skin that is normal and can get dry around the perimeter, but I get some shine and oil breakthrough in the center of my face that doesn't always work well with a lot of luminous foundations. Sometimes they just make me look too oily, too greasy during the day. Sometimes they break down on me. This foundation just looks beautiful all day long, even in my hot, humid weather. And if I do get a little bit shiny midday, it blots beautifully. The foundation doesn't break down. It's just a great foundation for anyone with any skin type, especially mature skin. I'm in shade 2.5 for reference, and I just think this is one of the most beautiful natural skin-like foundations. It's perfect for anyone of any age, even mature skin with any skin type. I have 2 luxury concealers here that really impressed me in 2023, and they're fairly similar to one another with some differences. So I'll share them together and we'll talk about the similarities, and then I'll share the differences that may help you decide if one might work better for you than the other. So first we have Givenchy Prism Libre Skin Caring Concealer, and then we have the Valentino Hydrating Concealer. Both of these have nice thin consistencies that blend out quickly and easily, which is great if you're looking for an everyday concealer that's easy to work with. And they have some great skincare ingredients in them too that nourish and hydrate and do some nice things for the under eye area. So if you have dry under eyes or mature under eyes and want more from your under eye concealer than just concealing, both of these will give that to you. They also both look really natural and skin-like and feel extremely lightweight yet hydrating, which is something I personally love in a concealer, and they wear well throughout the day. So let's move on to the differences, starting with Givenchy. I'm in shade C180 for reference. Also for reference, in regards to both of these concealers, I have dark circles, discoloration, and under eye hollows. The coverage that I'm usually looking for is at least medium, preferably medium full, up to full coverage. And this gives light to medium coverage. So this is definitely a concealer that I need to wear a corrector under, which is not unusual. I usually wear an under eye corrector to counterbalance the discoloration under my eyes under most of my concealers, no matter the coverage. This is the perfect concealer for no makeup days, or for days when I'm not wearing makeup, but I just want to conceal the darkness under my eyes so that I don't look so tired. It never exaggerates the texture or the dryness under my eyes. And for those of you that don't have super dark circles, maybe you have moderate dark circles, I think this is a fabulous under eye concealer that does give light to medium coverage, especially if you have dry or mature under eyes and you want skincare in your under eye concealer. It's beautiful. Now, in addition to nourishing, hydrating skincare ingredients, Valentino also has caffeine to brighten, revitalize, and depuff. And they have their Aroma Light Complex, which has these light reflecting, color boosting pearls that enhance your skin's natural radiance, but it's not glimmery. It just, to me, looks nice and hydrated and healthy under my eyes when I wear this. And as opposed to the light medium coverage of the Givenchy, this gives straight medium coverage. So it does give a little bit more. I do still wear a corrector underneath it. And so for me, getting just that little bit more coverage makes it great for more casual daytime looks when I want that beautiful, hydrating, radiant, medium coverage that still looks like skin. Both of these are extremely beautiful. I guess it depends on the level of coverage that you're looking for, but they both look like skin. They hydrate, they're lightweight, they're beautiful. I was so excited when Charlotte Tilbury launched a matte version of her beauty blush wands. You know, the radiant ones, the shimmery ones went viral. They're so popular still, but that level of shimmer can be a bit much sometimes. And for some, it's too much all the time. And I was pleasantly surprised to see that although the name matte is in here, these aren't really matte. They just set down to your skin finish. The shade I'm holding up is Pink Pop, and it is what's on my cheeks today. And you can see it's just a natural finish. I don't have any highlighter on. It's just the finish of my skin. I was a little bit surprised about this shade though. At first I thought I had the shade Peach Pop because it is kind of a peachy pink shade. It's really more of a peach with some pink in it. I don't mind that though, because it does give a nice brightness to the face. I'm just gonna kind of blend this out so you can see what it sets down to. I'm gonna let that dry. Now I always apply this to the back of my hand and then dip my brush or my sponge in it and then apply it to my face. It's just more foolproof that way, quicker and easier. And it applies beautifully directly over my skin, directly over foundation before applying powder, and it applies beautifully over powder. It doesn't disturb any makeup I have underneath. It doesn't lift that product the way some cream and liquid blushes and bronzers can. This was actually applied over my powder today, and I just love the natural look that it gives, and it does last all day. So if you were a little bit put off by the radiance, the sheen of the original formula, you may want to check this out. It is a really lovely product. These YSL Couture mini clutches, these eyeshadow palettes launched towards the end of the year, but they made big impressions on a lot of us. I said in a video shortly after the launch that I felt like this is what a luxury eyeshadow palette should be from the packaging. I mean, these have that signature cushy quilting that YSL is known for. It's got the luxurious logo, and what's inside is just as beautiful as what's on the outside. The quality of these shadows is just beautiful. This is what's on my eyes today. Shade 100 is the one that I'm so enamored with. The other ones are beautiful too, but this is the one that I just keep going back to for every day. It's just a great neutral palette. I've lined with this brown shade plenty of times before. It glides on like butter and wears beautifully throughout the day. I mean, the shadows wear beautifully, not just the brown shade. I never think that this taupey shimmer shade, it's kind of a topper with a little bit of pigment. I never think that it's reflected appropriately enough on camera. It's just so stunningly beautiful. I do wear an eyeshadow primer underneath, just like I do with all powder shadows, and it wears beautifully all day long. These are just so creamy and subtle, yet they make an impact at the same time. I just thought this was a great launch in 2023, and it's a palette that is living in my vanity, that I continue to reach for, that I think is more than splurge worthy and giftable too. What a great launch. I was just extremely impressed with this. Now, this is a luxury brow product that I never thought I would spend my money on, but I heard raves about it and I thought, you know what, let's try it. Let's see if it's worth the hype. And it is. This video is very curated because a luxury product has to be truly worth it. I have to get my money out of those products for them to have made the cut for this video. So this is the Valentino Brow Trio Eyebrow Liner. There is not only a micro tip eyebrow pen in here, which is the best eyebrow pen I've ever used, but there's also a flat tip pencil in here that's great for creating brow hair strokes. It's a waterproof pencil, I might add. And then at the very end, you have a nice little spoolie. The shade I use for my brows is brown, which I wasn't sure about at first. A lot of times browns can lean a little bit red, a little warm, and this one is a cool brown. I mean, look at how fine these strokes are. I'm really gonna have to zoom in here so you can see. This is the product that I use when I really want my brows to look their best, to look as natural as possible. And even the pencil is just really a great texture. It does last and it looks natural too. I mean, you can see how fine of a stroke you can get with that pencil, that flat tip pencil. It usually takes a little bit more time and precision to use an eyebrow pen than it does to use a pencil. And it does take more time with this product, just like with other eyebrow pens. But I find I don't have to use as light of a hand with this eyebrow pen like I do with others. A light hand is still necessary, but I don't go as overboard, as dark accidentally like it's easy to do with other brow pencils. It's just so easy to use to give me that natural brow hair look, which is what you use an eyebrow pen for. This was such a great purchase, and I will say I've been using this a really long time and it's still not out. It hasn't dried up, which also is another reason why I think it's been extremely worth the money. I'm not sure I can begin to count how many times I've raved about Hourglass Unlocked Satin Cream lipsticks since these launched in early spring. I fell in love with this formula the moment I tried it. It's so lush and creamy and smooth and flattering. There are some really nice ingredients in here that nourish and hydrate, and it lasts a long time for a creamy bullet lipstick too. I really enjoy how this wears. You know how some creamy bullet lipsticks will give you that white line of demarcation as you continue to wear them? I don't know what that is. This never does that. I've worn this under all types of conditions. This shade in particular gets thrown in my bag often and it just wears beautifully no matter what. So the shade that I've had on throughout this video is called Oasis. This is probably one of my most worn lipsticks from 2023. It's just a really great neutral pink brown. I've also gifted this shade to several people. They love it too. This was the first shade I ever tried, and I bought two more after because I loved it so much. Shade Tide is a little bit more brown. If you like a little bit less pink in your lipsticks, I think that would work for you. And the shade Dove is perfect for spring and summer with its coral undertones, but it's not too bright. The gold packaging is also nice and luxurious with its magnetic closure. It's just a formula I've been really impressed with and have thoroughly enjoyed wearing. Let me know one of your top luxury makeup products in the comments down below. I find some favorites through you guys, so I can't wait to read those comments. I have tons more yearly favorites that I discovered last year to share with you. A drugstore, high-end makeup, skincare, and hair care. You can check those out here. I hope you found this helpful and enjoyable. If you did, give it a thumbs up and be sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any uploads. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.